If you are a woman who wants to increase her confidence, this video is for you. My name is Jamila McMallow, and I am the #1 love and relationship coach for top performing women over 35. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing my #1 way to increase your confidence. So, first, let's kind of get rid of this myth that confidence is something that you need to feel first before you're willing to take the action. Believe it or not, it's actually the reverse. You gain confidence from taking the action. I'll share a little story with you about my own experience with this. So, when I was a little girl, I fervently believed that my dream was to become the triple threat, a child star, singer, actress, dancer. That's what I wanted to be. That's who I was innately, a performer. That's what brought me joy. I could see myself on TV. I could see myself on stages. And there was nothing that you could tell me to convince me that that wasn't going to happen. Now, that particular desire of mine was not indulged. And so it's not something that I was able to explore or experience. But when I went to middle school, I experienced a tremendous amount of bullying. And from that bullying, what I began to do was to shrink into myself. And what I developed was a fear of being teased or laughed at or made fun of. And so, therefore, if I don't put myself out there, then I won't get teased, then I won't get made fun of. Even though on the inside, I knew I could do whatever it is that I wanted to do, I did not want to deal with that negative feedback from the other kids. And so I didn't try out for anything. I didn't try out for dance. I didn't try out for drama. I didn't do any of those things all throughout middle school. When I got to high school, eventually in the 11th grade, I wanted to try out to be a pom-pom girl. The pom-pom girls had the pom-poms and they danced. And I knew that I could dance and I knew that I would be really great at it. However, I still didn't feel confident enough to try out on my own. So one of the things that they had as a provision, as it were, is you could try out alone or you could try out with a friend. And so I talked to one of my friends and said, hey, don't you want to be a pom-pom girl, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah. And so we got together, we made up our own little dance, we tried out, and we made the pom-pom squad. Well, once we get into the pom-pom squad, we have our first performance. It was at homecoming. We had traditionally been a college preparatory school, and so we actually didn't have a football team. But this was the first year we had a football team, and so the homecoming, I forget what they call it, like kickoff, was super excited, super energized because it was like the first, you know. And so of course we performed, and the captains had me on the front line. So when we did our performance and we came into the gym, I can remember, I can feel it in this moment that I was like, woo, because we did this stomp in there to get our energy up, because you got to like work through the jitters before you get out there and do your thing. And the music came on and it was on and cracking and everybody was like, oh my gosh, is that you? Because, you know, my maiden name starts with an A, so I was always at the front of the class, good grades, kind of quiet, short, I'm 5'3", you know, all the things. Oh, she's, you know, but no, that's not who I was at all. And they actually got to see exactly who I was. And I felt this surge, just like, yes, like finally who I really am is being expressed. And the confidence that came from that experience, just, now I wasn't scared to perform. I wasn't scared to be on the stage because it didn't matter. I had done the thing and now I had the confidence. Now, that confidence came in little steps, right? Stages, like I had the desire finally. It's like, I can't hold this in any longer. So I got a friend to try out with me, but I had the courage, tried out, got that confidence at the rehearsals, getting more confident because it's like, oh, you're picking this up, you can dance great, yeah. And then that performance, that's just like, and yeah. And so my confidence in that department shot way up. And so I share that story with you because maybe it's you're at work and you have a board presentation coming up. Or maybe you're an entrepreneur and you need to go live on your videos, whatever it is. You might be feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared, this and this and this and this. Listen, take the steps necessary, the courageous steps necessary, actions. So courageously take the smaller actions that are going to allow you to build the confidence to do the bigger thing. Okay, that's what I did. These little things. Okay, I need it with a friend, whatever. Maybe you're too scared to go live on your own. So get somebody to go live with you. And you can stream it. You can split the screen. You could record it on Zoom, whatever. Okay, there's a lot of different things that you can do no matter what it is. If you're scared because you got to present before the board and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to whatever, practice in front of a friend, practice in front of a mirror, record yourself and watch yourself back. And when you see yourself, you're going to do one or two things. You might be like, girl, you need some work. Or you're going to say, wow, look at me. And you're going to see that you're not really as bad as you are telling yourself in here. So if you want to become confident, to review, all right, the number one thing you are going to have to do is to take the courageous actions, the small courageous actions that are going to allow you to step into doing the big thing. And sometimes there are no little steps. Sometimes it's just you do the big thing, like jumping off the deep end of the diving board. You just go, I just got to jump. Ah! And you just go for it. And then once it's done, you're like, oh, that was great. Let's do that again. So there's going to be those instances where there are no small steps. It's just going to be just go do it. Okay? I'll share another little short story with you. Also, this goes back to, that teasing during childhood. And now what happens is, and even though I had this great experience in high school, it still stayed with me to some extent. And I didn't want to try new things. It kept me from trying new things because that fear was if I try it and I get it wrong or I mess up, well, that's going to open me up for being teased or talked about. So when I met my husband, he's so wonderful and patient and loving. He said, oh, why don't we go bowling? And I said, oh, I don't bowl. And he was like, why not? And I said, well, I haven't gone bowling since I was like 7, so I don't even remember or whatever. And he's like, okay, well, I'll show you, how to bowl. I was like, well, the ball is going to be too heavy, whatever. This is me. And he's like, no, we'll bowl and I'll help you. I'll show you how to do it. So I'm like, okay. So anyway, because he was there with me. Remember again, there's a power when you have somebody with you that's kind of helping you along. And then it's like, and that's me, how I work. So if you're able to have a little partner in crime to help you get your courage up, get that partner, okay? But my point is when we get to the bowling alley, because again, all I'm thinking about is, I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to look stupid. Why wouldn't I want to look stupid? Because then what are people going to do? Oh, they're going to laugh and talk about me. When the truth is nobody cares what I'm doing. Because if you have ever been bowling, you look to the right or the left, there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things. There's little kids, all kinds of stuff going on that no one's thinking about you. People are just having a good time. So anyway, we get to the bowling alley and he, gives me a few pointers or whatever. And at this point we were dating. So, whatever. So give him an excuse to like, oh, let me show you how to do this. So anyway, get to the bowling alley and I'm actually a pretty decent bowler. I don't remember what my score was, but I'm like, okay, got that. So my confidence. So now if you say, oh, Jamie, let's go bowling. Sure, let's go. Yeah. And my confidence is such that even if I get a gutter ball, so what? I don't care. We can laugh, we can joke, we can have a good time because I'm confident in my ability as a bowler. It's all right. I'm not great, but I'm confident in that ability. And so there's nothing that you're going to say or do that's going to diminish the way I see myself in my own eyes. And so I'm not going to allow your remarks to keep me from having new and fun experiences with people that I care about and people that I love. Okay? So, again, you want to be more confident? You're just going to have to take that courageous action. You're just going to sometimes have to jump off the deep end, and sometimes you're going to have to take those small courageous actions leading you up to doing the big thing. Confidence comes from the competence, which comes from you actually doing the thing. All right, so thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.